Alex Revell, the game coming up has obviously got a lot of things we can talk about, but first we've got to go back to Tuesday night. We had to sit through it once. You've obviously seen it a second time at least. Did that second time through, did you come up with anything new to explain why the performance was so off?
I think there were lots of reasons. I think that we had too many players that weren't at their level. I think that the start of the game in the first 5 minutes, I think we showed a real lack of intent. I think to press and allowed them to settle, and I think that then they grew into the game, and I think they're coming off the back of Saturday. And I think what we've got to make sure is that when we come up against teams that come and make it difficult for us at home and frustrate us, I think we've just got to make sure we keep calm. And I think that we probably played with a little bit too much, I don't want to say the word desperation, but trying to score a goal and trying to force things, and rather than just keeping nice and calm. There was lots of moments, especially in the first half, where we can have players driving out with the ball into space and we choose to pass it, and playing backwards rather than forwards. So there were a number of things that weren't right, and we've addressed that today. And I think that all in all, we have to put it down. It was a bad night in terms of the result and the performance. And but we haven't had many of them. We haven't. It's the first one when I've walked home or got home and was disappointed, because Exeter. I've always said it. Exeter, I take that, because I think we were wrong in our shape, and that was from me, I think. But when you look back, there was too many players that weren't at their level, and that won't happen again.
And you said on Tuesday night, it's not often yous get out-fought. I mean, that is not a Stevenage trait at all. So be looking for an improvement on Saturday.
Yeah, we got out-fought. We didn't have enough aggression, and by aggression, you talk about aggression, it comes straight to mind that it's fighting, it's being competitive, but it's aggressive with the ball as well. It's in every aspect. It's how you run, it's how you pass, it's how you drive out with a ball. It's also how you compete. It's winning first contact, second balls. It reminded me of last year, probably against Burton. Very similar to that performance, where just nothing went right for some reason, and then it affected people. And I think the biggest thing is that when that does happen, you have to have character, and you have to have that leaders within the group. So if this isn't happening for us on the ball, we have to make sure that everything else, the foundations and the fundamentals of football, you're at your best. Because there are going to be games where you don't play well on the ball. It happens. We see it at every level. But the way you get results is that you do the basics, and we didn't do the basics well enough, and that's why we ended up on the other side of the defeat. And we have to make sure now that we react, we bounce back, because like I say before that, we've gone away to Mansfield and put in a fantastic performance for the majority of the game and defended our goal really well. So we have to look at that. We're 2 points off the playoffs, if you want to look like that, and we could be sitting here, and we should be sitting here after Tuesday, if the performance was right, sitting in fifth. There's a lot of positives from what's been achieved this year so far.
Tuesday also came at a cost in terms of suspensions. Carl Piagiani, Louis Thompson out injured. It's going to make your job ridiculously difficult to pick a team on Saturday.
Yeah, it's, as you say, on Tuesday, what went wrong, had to go wrong. And Pidge obviously getting his yellow card, which I thought was pretty harsh, to be honest with you. I don't think he deserved it, but it is what it is. When you get to 4 bookings, you're always walking a tightrope, and it came on Tuesday. But we have to adapt. It's football. We have to now adapt. We were without some really big players going to this game for sure, with the centre halves that we've got out and big players. But we have to adapt. That it is what it is, and we have to make sure that the players know that, and that we're going up the road to put on a performance, because we need a reaction from Tuesday. It doesn't matter who plays. You need a reaction from Tuesday. Yes, we are obviously without those players, and the players that come in have got to show the same fight and character that with the players that we've lost. But we have to adapt, and we have to move on, and we have to get ready for the game.
And the one thing you know that you're going to get on Saturday is a fight. I mean, Rotherham are going to be up for it big time. They've got a point to prove for themselves, so it's going to be a really, really tough game.
Yeah, I mean, Cambridge was a tough game. You know, every game at this level is tough. You have to prepare for each game, you know, on its own merit. And we know that they're probably in a bit of a false position, I'd say, because of in terms of the chances they've created in games. And it hasn't quite happened in that area of the pitch for them. We know the qualities they've got. They've got a lot of Championship players there. That from last year, and they've brought in quality over the summer. So we know the qualities they've got. We know where they should be. We know that they're one of the favourites to get promoted. We know that, but we've got our own qualities. We've played some really good stuff this year. And we've had that spirit, that togetherness. And Tuesday was lacking, and but we have to bounce back from it.
What's it going to be like on a personal level for you, standing opposite Steve and Rains in the dugout?
Proud, because we had 2.5 years together that were incredible, and the way that my career's worked here is that I'll always be thankful to Steve and everyone above because of the decision that they made, and it gave me that love of football back again. So I'll always be grateful for that. And Steve's a good friend in terms of away from here, and I speak to him as is Rains. I have great respect for them both because of what they've achieved and what they did here and what they've done for me personally. So yeah, absolutely. But when it's match day, he's a competitor. It's a game that we want to get a result in. So I look forward to it because it's a club that obviously I've had a history with as well. So we're all looking forward to it, because the reason why is because we need a reaction. We want a reaction from these players, and today was good, and we're all looking forward to Saturday to another huge challenge, and it will be, because, as you said, we're missing. But you have to be up for that. It's football, and we're all looking forward to it.
Well, one of the questions I was going to ask was going to be, how do you prepare when you know someone so well? I mean, do you start second guessing? But I guess now you haven't got that option anymore, have you?
No. Some of the players, it is what we've got, but also no, because then you start to overcomplicate things, and you start to, change things that have got you, a reasonable start for us. So no, not really. I think you have to, like I said earlier, you have to treat every game on its own, and we know that the strengths of Rotherham, we know what they are, and they've been there for everyone to see all season. And we just have to make sure that we deal with those strengths, and they've got good players, and they've played football, some really good football this year at times. But we have to make sure that we go there for us. It's about what we can do. It's about all these results that we picked up against the big sides. It's about matching and going above that now because of the result on Tuesday. We treat losses the same as wins. We have to learn from both. We beat Mansfield, but second half we could have done better. We lost on Tuesday. We have to learn from why it happened and what makes us better for Saturday. So, nothing changes from our part. We have to make sure that we prepare properly and pick a team and a way of playing that suits the game.
And you said you've had a little chat with the players today. They've been out on the pitch today training, and a good session by all accounts.
Yeah, today's always a bit of a recovery for the guys that play the full game, but we wanted to get them outside and get Tuesday out of their system in terms of with the ball, and just being together as a group, as the whole group. We'll come back in tomorrow and work towards Saturday, because obviously when you have this 3-game week, it's very difficult to get work into them in terms of, because it's so many games in short space of time. You want to get work into them, but we'll make sure that by the time we finish tomorrow, everyone's ready for the game, because for sure it's when the fixtures came out, everyone looked for that fixture. Of course we did, because we have people there that have been incredible for this club. But now for us, it's about what we do, manage the game right, manage the whole occasion right, and we go and get a result.